That lorry.
That's a chicken beeping. Morning folks, today we've got electrics going in, but before we do that we need to do the chores. Now yesterday afternoon I made a start on our short-term temporary bod job patch of the concrete. Looks like we had a site inspector overnight. Alright, chickens, rabbits, unlock everything and then they should be here. Oh, what a nice welcome. Hello girls. At long last, our first egg of the year. Ta-da! Girls will be happy. We love our quail eggs. Hello. Well, whilst I waffle on about quails, our chassis are now, this is obviously chassis Mark II, they are now in the pipeline. So give them the go ahead on there. I'm even going to go up and film. Big company, really experienced, really helpful over the whole thing. Much more substantial build as well. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're going to get them quicker. They're 5mm steel girls and also quad axle. The guys just arrived before me and caught me talking to myself and chickens.
That lorry.
That's a chicken beeping.
No, I know that.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was my chicken.
No,
my chicken reversing. As the power is going from this building through to the old parlour, it made sense to put a socket on in that stable building where the chickens are. And the one reason that we definitely need that is because all the chicks arrive tomorrow, or this weekend, 25-30 chicks, so they'll need to be under heat. So it's going to be good to not have to have extension leads everywhere, and we've got a nice reliable place to put the heat lamp in. So rather than run extension cables through all of here, we can have a dedicated socket in here, just above where we'll put the chicks. Yeah, that black's just conduit, isn't it?
Yeah, so that can all come out.
Oh, and even that's metal conduit, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be dead.
I like these switches. Quite cool. Retro.
Save them, put them in the house.
Yeah.
Bit of brasso.
What's that one then? That's for the stone bar.
Yeah, this is the switch fuse isolator. So obviously MTV's only got to 63 amps.
So that'll do, that's what, 100?
This will go up to 100, yeah, you get 3 fuses in it.
So you've just picked one of the 3 phases in there to do these buildings off. Yeah. And we don't know what the other, so the other one's redundant, isn't it? There's one phase not being used.
Yeah, which we'll probably use today.
So all I'm doing now is just making up a little backboard that James needs for everything to be fixed to. Remember that stone barn, everything is just super soft, all the stonework, so it's better to have something solid to fix to. So what, for once it's nice to be delegated to, be given a job and do it. This stuff is super soft, so, well, we're gonna have to pick a place somewhere. What else has to go on that board?
Nothing.
I thought I went a bit overkill.
Yeah, no, when I thought about it, I thought the cable was coming in from the top and we can put a cleat up here to keep the cable nice and straight.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now we're coming cable on the bottom.
So is there an earth rod at this point?
No. We've got TNS, TNS is the armour of this incoming cable.
So it uses the armour as the earth?
Yeah.
Okay. All the way back to...
Distribution.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the earth they're giving you. They give you two. TNS, which is the armour of this cable, TNCS, which is where the neutral is combined, and then they put on the cutout they give you a little terminal to put your earth in, which is connected to the neutral.
Right.
And then, which is the best earth. And then TT is where you provide your own. So a lot of rural properties are on TT systems.
Which was like our old house where it had to be tested differently. Is that right?
Slightly differently, yeah.
It was like the figures you were aiming for were different.
Oh, we're a lot higher. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
It's on an earth rod.
they say the maximum's 200 ohms, but you wouldn't anything over sort of 60, 80. You would want to be getting that down somehow.
Yeah.
By improving the earth rod or.
Armour cable looks like a right pain to work with. You just get used to it.
Especially some of this stuff.
We did a Amazon warehouse in Swindon, and that was 250, 240.
185, I think. Maybe some of it was 240.
105 what? Mil?
Yeah.
Per core.
Yeah.
0.38. Well, the guys just left, so I'll give you a quick whistle-stop tour on what's been done today. A really productive day. That's what happens when you have people who know what they're doing, cracking on with it. So it were all stepping stones, but equally all future-proof, and nothing's gonna be wasted. And we're thinking ahead, I hope. So, like you might have gathered, the first time we filmed around here, not quite that clued up, but I'll give you a quick look through what's going on here. So we've got our old supply coming in, which is the 3-phase with our 300 amp fuses or phases, one of which is for this room, one of which goes somewhere else or it's not used, and another we're now using. So this is a new box which I can't open. There we go. And from here we've now got a supply to all the small buildings. So we've got this cable here, this beast, which is a 25mm SWA armour cable, so it goes down, and at the moment we're just running it around the perimeter of the building inside. But we've left the option to go out and straight down into a trench, or go under the floor in here, or of course if we need to extend it, we've got the ability to do that inside. But outside, we're going straight over the surface for now. 30 metres in total, so it's coming down with a load of slack, and it will be trenched on a diagonal across here to this point here. What we want to be doing is running everything in conduit. Things can be future-proof then. Not sure, well, we can do that, disconnect it one end, pull it through, and then connect it again. Or the other option is, this doesn't need to be in conduit, it's obviously all armoured anyway. This can go in, but at the same time in the same trench we might run a conduit anyway, some ducting through, so we can pull other supplies through in the future. Anyway, back to the cable. Now again, at the moment, everything's going to get clipped. At the moment we're coming up. Now there's a reason for this box, and that reason is all we're doing is coming in with this steel armour cable, and it's super rigid, the cores in there. You can't get a nice bend on them to kind of flex them through into all the terminals and all that sort of stuff. So it goes into here, and then from here it's been connected into the equivalent but a flexible version. So these are double insulated flex single cores. All of this I'm just kind of absorbing from what they were saying. And then that goes into this new unit. Because if you imagine stripping out the cores in here and trying to get them in and over the top, they don't bend like that. Then coming out of this box, you've got the new armour cable, which is a 4mm, and that's just going off to do these two smaller buildings. All of this stuff's dead now. I asked James to keep these two fluorescents in and live, so he's just brought them down and put them into a temporary light switch here, which is just a few spur, I think. How did you get up there? And then that armour comes around and along, and we just come in through the eaves there because it's all open. And yes, it's a bit of an over-the-top fancy stainless steel plate, but that's all we had at the time. So we put a single socket there. Then finally, in the old milking parlour, they brought the armour is just coming across on that beam for now. Goes through the wall and just gives us those 2 double sockets and a few spare, because again in here we've kept the lights. Which means I can officially start gutting the old. All of this, all the conduit, all of the dodgy overhead stuff. Which means when you look at the yard, you won't have all of this overhead stuff. Nor any of this dodgy stuff. Or any of this stuff. Or this stuff. I could go on, but you get the idea. Most of the ugly stuff can come out now. I've got to get better at that. I kid you not, it's just taken me 40 minutes to pack up and lock this place. Well, I think we'll leave it here, because I've got editing to do and children to entertain and wives to keep happy. So, wives, just one wife. Now we just got to see if we can make it home without breaking eggs. Will they survive? You'll have to wait for the next vlog. Remember, if you want to check out James and his company, ELS, they are down in the description. I'll leave a link there. Awesome work from him, and as you know, before he did the workshop down at the old house, and super pleased with everything he's done. So check him out. Swindon based, but travel all over. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself. I'll see you next time.